Everyone, welcome back to my channel Budget with Bliss. My name is Katie and this channel is all about keeping myself accountable for my budget and finances by using the cash stuffing method and creating general financial well-being. We're also on a journey to save up for my maternity leave as due to have a baby in the next couple of months. So yeah, if this is the kind of content you are interested in, then stick around. In today's video, we will be checking in for June week 4, having a look at what I've spent and where this week. It was payday on Monday, so we did have majority of the bills have come out, and yeah, just take a look at how we've done for the week. So I use the Rainbow Budgets and Plans personal budget planner, available on Etsy. Are they still available? I'm not sure, you'd have to go and check. But yeah, so this is the planner that I use. So for my tracking of my expenses, I use the calendar spread and just kind of put in what I spend on each day throughout the week. So yeah, the month for me, the budget month, started on the 23rd of June and will go into the 22nd of July. So I have organised this month into 4 weekly cash stuffings. So yeah, so this is week 1, the end of week 1. So on Monday, majority of the bills came out at £586.13. So that's accumulation of direct debit, standing orders, things like that, for phone bills, house bills, all that kind of jazz. I do live with my fiance and send him my proportion of the house bills, and then he pays for the rest. That's our setup. So yeah, Monday was a day off. Just had a Rockfit class that I taught on that night. Very, very hot week it's been this week. I'm not gonna lie, I am struggling today. I do have a fan on behind me. It's quite quiet, so I'm hoping it's not getting picked up on the video. But apologies if it is, but I need it. This little thing is following me around the house. Because yeah, I am dying, I'm not gonna lie. Being 7 months pregnant in 30-degree heat and British heat is not the one. Yeah, so yeah, that was Monday. Then on Tuesday I was back to work. I decided to sign up to Rockfit Online again. Even though I am an instructor, I do sometimes dip in and out and do classes at home, because you can with the an online subscription. Is that a wasp in here? 1 second. False alarm, it is a fly. I would have had to get it out of the house if it was a wasp. So yeah, I've signed up back to that. They were doing a deal for online classes for £10 for the next 2 months, and I thought that would see me until due date, and at some point I will be stopping teaching, and just gives me a chance to just enjoy it being a student again. Not that I don't enjoy teaching it, absolutely not. I love teaching it, but I do love being a student as well, and just kind of going along and not having to try and talk through the exercises. But yeah, so yeah, that was Tuesday. I just worked from home that day, didn't do anything else really, just try and keep cool. On Wednesday, I had to put petrol in the car, so that was £19.91. I think I had £30 that I'd given myself for this week. So I thought I'd just see how we go with that. Did drive into the office, so an hour's journey there, and then an hour back. But one of my colleagues is retiring, so I wanted to say goodbye to him in person. So yeah, it was nice, and he did some baking. Oh, amazing. He made these amazing sausage rolls with sweet chili tomato chutney in there, lemon drizzle cake, strawberry and cream Victoria sponge, these chocolate squares. He went all out. It was amazing. So yeah, that was good. I also had an antenatal class on that Wednesday before I went to work. So I like got ready for work, went to this antenatal class. For some reason, well, I guess it's just a topic that they do, but the topic of that day was like keeping fit and movement in pregnancy. And I was a bit like, I mean, I do pole and obviously rock fit, like I probably not really necessary for me, but I was dressed for work, and so were some of the other ladies. No one was dressed for working out, and we did a circuit at the end, and I was like, oh my god. So we were just sweating, and I was in my work clothes. I had no time to go home and get changed because I needed to get to work. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with that, because the last one we did was about birthing positions. So we at the end, like, you know, just kind of practice some birthing positions, and that was it. This time it was a full-on circuit. Squats, press ups, step ups, everything. I just was not expecting that, so yay. But they're good classes. They're free as well, so yeah, I'm lucky really. And then on Thursday, again, I was in the office, so another hour's drive into the office, another hour's drive back for a meeting that could have been an email. Like, honestly, I don't know what they're doing at the moment. Like, it's like they're just, I don't know, wasting money, because they have to pay me to drive there, like for mileage and things like that. Obviously, it takes 2 hours out of my working day that they're paying me for, that I'm not doing work to do the travel. And then this meeting was, it's just a whole lot of nothing. It literally could have just been an email or a couple of slides or whatever. Really frustrating. But I mean, it's on their time, so yeah, whatever. But I was absolutely cream crackered. I wanted to do some visits that day, but I just couldn't. I was absolutely tired. As soon as I got in, like after the meeting, I did hang out at work for like an hour or two, just did some admin and stuff. But I was just sitting there like, I need to go home soon. I'm going to fall asleep at the wheel. So I got home and sat down on the sofa, had my lunch, and fell asleep. Like, it's just not on. Like, driving completely wipes me out. But yeah. Anyway, and then that night we went for a all-you-can-eat, USA-themed all-you-can-eat at this restaurant that we have been to for carvery on a Sunday before, and the carveries were amazing. Like, one of the best carveries I've had. Everything tastes like homemade, rather than like, you know, your frozen roasties and carrots and all that kind of stuff. You know, you can tell the difference, but everything was just so good. But a bit disappointed with this, so yeah, I wasn't too impressed. Everything, I mean, I know it says USA, but most things had either bacon or barbecue sauce all over it. I don't like either. So I just had a lot of salady stuff. They did some really nice coleslaws and stuff actually, and some hot wings, curly fries. But I mean, and they said there was nachos to start, and you didn't load up your own nachos. They bring out this tiny little square paper plate, literally this big, and it had like 3 or 4 nachos on it, and like the tiniest drizzle of guac salsa and sour cream. And then there was unlimited, I say unlimited, whippy ice cream for dessert. I didn't have the whippy ice cream, I had to scoop because I'm obviously pregnant, but you had to order it, and it just took them forever. So yeah, it just wasn't the best. So probably wouldn't have that themed all you can eat ever again there. And yeah, that was £58.40, which is ridiculous. So this month's eating out envelope is now empty. And obviously we spent more than that because that was only £40 in there. So that the rest has just come out the buffer in my bank, which is fine. But yeah, disappointing. And then on Friday, it was another working day. I was working from home that day, and again, I was just drained. The heat probably isn't helping as well. So my other half has gone to visit his daughter that night, so I decided I was having a Papa John's. So I spent £18.98. Again, that just came out of the bank buffer because I've already spent the eating out money. I spent £13.38 on Amazon for some Rock Fit bits I need for a like social extended class that I'm doing next week. And also one of the invoices came in for hall hire, which was 62 quid. And then, because I got the invoice for this one, which is my Thursday classes, I then just kind of thought, I haven't had an invoice yet for my Monday classes, and I've been doing them since April. So I went to have a look on their website to find that contact details, and just had a quick look on their calendar, and they didn't have my class in their calendar. And I was like, what's going on? So she's just forgotten to do it. And then I saw the next day that I'm due to do a class, which is Monday the 7th. There's an all-day booking. And I was like, oh, what's gone on? Because I literally haven't spoken to this person since I booked it and said, I want it every other Monday until further notice. So I expected them to book me in every other Monday until further notice. I rang her up and she was like, oh no, you can't do 7th of July, we're fully booked. And I was like, but I have the hall every other Monday night. And she's like, no, we only had you in for April and then May. And I was like, I've been coming to the hall every other Monday night to teach my classes. So if you haven't had me on the books, I've definitely been there and definitely run the classes. I could have got away without paying for the hall hire, I reckon then. But yeah, I was quite annoyed at that actually. Because I did say it was until further notice, but she's one of them people, I was speaking on the phone, she's just talking over me, like not listening, really frustrating. So yeah, I'm going to see her on the 21st, which is the next class. And I asked about the invoice and stuff. I think she's giving it to me in person. So old school, like this is like this little old lady, but yeah, I really wasn't happy with that. So anyway, Saturday, that was yesterday. So headed down to London to see the amazing Linkin Park at Wembley Stadium. So we'd already paid for parking. I did that last month sometime, and so yeah, we just headed straight there. Went to Wagamama's because that's what we fancied. I also had a voucher for Wagamama's, and literally it was so hot, it was ridiculous. Everyone stood like, everywhere was busy because Wembley Stadium was like, I don't know what the capacity is, but there was obviously tens of thousands of people wandering around. Everyone was queuing to get into the restaurants and things. Everyone was there like wafting the menus in their faces and stuff. I had my little electric fan, thank God. And then when we got in the restaurant, there was like no aircon. It was ridiculous. But it wasn't too bad. It felt slightly cooler, but not much. And as soon as they like sat us down, I was like, can we order drinks, please? Yeah, I'll have a Coke, a lemonade, and a water. I was like, I need all the liquids. I've never ordered 3 drinks at once in my life, just for me. But yeah, that was really good. Had a £15 voucher, like I said, so that was only £16.20, which was lovely. And yeah, we then headed on into the stadium. I haven't been there for ages. The last time I think I was there was for Taylor Swift. The Revenge Tour, was it? Was that what it was called? I don't know. But yeah, I forgot how massive that place is. Like, it's really quite a thing to kind of walk out just to see like the vast hugeness of it, all the seats and everything. But yeah, we were up in the gods. Had amazing time. Like Spirit Box were really, really good, who supported. And then Linkin Park obviously came out. Did have a bit of a cry like before the gig, and I was looking through like my phone. I've got the videos from last time I saw them in 2017. I won't delete them, like, because that was like 2 weeks before Chester passed away. And I was watching, I was just getting like teary, like literally had a proper bit of a sob to a couple of the songs. And like, it was in Brixton Academy. It's the smallest little venue, and we got so close to Mike and Chester, like they were just right there, like singing in our faces. It was insane. So yeah, I was just like, I was like, I'm gonna cry tonight. And I didn't cry, but there was a couple of tracks where I did have like proper lump in my throat. Like I'm gonna go if I think about this too much. So yeah, they sounded amazing though. I was very happy to have gone. But yeah, that's all the money that I spent. So I've got money left over from the £100 that I saved for Lincoln Park, which is great. And then today is Sunday. I don't plan on spending anything at the moment, but I'm just going to leave it blank because you never know. Still plenty of the day left to go. So yeah, I have waffled on for 15 minutes. I do apologise. But let's look at what we've got left. I just have to readjust because I am uncomfy. Like, I can't sit in a certain position for very long anymore. And oh my God, sitting on them plastic chairs at Wembley Stadium last night, I was squirming like anything. It was so uncomfy. And because it was so hot, my skirt was stuck to my ass from sweating. It was horrid. It was so bad. Like, yeah, it wasn't the best seats, but there we go. So in spending, this is just what's left from Lincoln Park, because yeah, I did use my spending money in here as well to go towards some of the food. So I've got 10, 25 and £30 left over from Lincoln Park, which is great. And I have £10 left from petrol and a few pennies in here. So yeah, eating out is empty. Beauty still has 10, 20, 40, 60, 80. And that's it. That is everything until we cash stuff for this week. So there's £40 there and a few pence. So let's deal with the pennies. So we have the pennies makes pounds challenge from Cash But Cute. 5, 6, 7, 8, £9. So let's cross that off. Lovely. And I'll just grab the coin bag. And I'll pop the pennies in. So that challenge saves 50 quid once you've got all your pennies crossed off, which is great. Lovely. So what we're going to do is 40 quid. Let's start off by topping up the effort fund. So I've got 20 in there already. So I'll put in another 5. And that's this halfway done. Just cross off this little Snow White. Lovely. Let's do a roll on Mix the Paints. So the state of that envelope. So just transferring the the Sharpie when I'm putting it back in the envelope. Right, one on Maggie. What are you going to roll for us today? Yellow. We need a different colour. Oh my gosh, red. Yellow and red, which is orange. Yeah, so that is £10 going in. So that's 10, 20, 35, 45 and 50 in there. Orange, what should we do? Do this drip here, shall we? Lovely job. This is from the Rocking Witch. And this is just a challenge that we're kind of building up and then we'll reallocate at the end. So we've got 25 left. Sorry, I have Ruby is about. I have not shut the door because it's just too hot. It's like a greenhouse in the kitchen. She's stalking a fly, I think. Right, I wanted to put something into service charge because we haven't put anything in there for a while. So this is a charge that we have for the estate that we live on to maintain the green areas. this tracker is from Budget with Moo. I've got £10 I think to go in. So let's cross that off there. So 50, 60, £75 in there. That's good. It's not due until December, but I do just like to have it done before I leave work for maternity. Moved my maternity dates forward. So my friend has had her baby. I can't remember if I said that last week or not, but like the old school friend that we had like a weekend together and we found out we're pregnant at the same time and stuff. She had her baby last week, and yeah, he came at 37 weeks, so it's put the fear in me that my baby might come early. And I was leaving it till like 4 days before my due date to actually start official maternity leave. So I've moved it forward 2 more weeks. But yeah. Let's put something into bats and coffins. This is from Little Moo Budgets. And it's going towards a weekend. We're going to stay at my mum's in July. So the bats are 3. I might just do 2 bats, but put in the £5 because I don't have coins. So I'll round it up at some point. 5. Right, and the last 10, I'm going to go into the baby binder because there's a challenge that just needs £10 to complete it. And yeah, I would just like to have that done really. So it's this one, Popcorn Pop from Studio Budgets. So these last 2 popcorn kernels, they're £5 each. And pop in the £10, and that challenge is completed, mate. So put that in there, and that can come out. Lovely. So we have 10, 25, 35, £45 from Popcorn Pop, which is brilliant. So we'll just add this into the baby fund that we have here. So there's 800-ish in the bank, maybe a bit less than that. I can't remember if I've spent anything since I last counted it up. So 810, 20, 30, 45, 55, 65, 75. Lovely job. Cool, and then finally I've just got this week's Rockfit money to put in the Rockfit envelope. Lots of coins. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These nails make it hard to pick things up. 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's 20. 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. £30 in coins. So 30, 40, 50, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100. Is that right? 10, 20, 30, 45, 55, 65, 70, yeah, £100. Thought I should only have 95, but okay. All right, so we'll just pop it in the envelope. Bit more than I expected. I've probably gone wrong somewhere. Oops. Hey ho. Okie doke. So let's put that in there. So we've got £620 in the bank. So I'll just hit that one out. So we'll just say 600 for now. So 620 plus 30 coins is 650, 670, 690, 710, 20, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. Lovely. 775. So that can all go back in there. And put the coins back in the envelope. And then that is pretty much everything for this video today. So yeah, all caught up on this first week. Sorry, I have been waffling quite a lot. I have got some happy mail. I've got 2 orders that have arrived from Budget Vlogger and So's Budgeting Life. But I'm still waiting on one more. So once that's arrived, I'll do a opening and show you what I got and what I'm doing with it. But I'm really happy with what I've ordered so far. Like, I've obviously had a sneak peek. They look lush. So, can't wait to start using them. All right, there we go. Thank you ever so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video when I'll be cash stuffing for July week 1, which is mad. I also probably need to do a kind of goals review because we're past this like second quarter now, at the end of the second quarter. Can you believe it? My cat is going, I don't know if you can hear that. She found a fly. She wants to chase. All right, thanks, take care, bye.